Good morning. We are here at the DepEd Koronadal City Division Library Hub. I am to interview Mr. Arvin Tejada, who is the Library Hub Librarian. Good morning, Arvin.
Yes, good morning. And welcome to Koronadal City Division Library.
For allowing us to come here and interview you on the Library Hub concept and your initiatives here in the division. Can you briefly describe yourself, please?
Yes.
For the public.
I'm Arvin Tejada. I graduated at Notre Dame of Marvel University in 1997. And the following year, I worked as Internet in charge, at the same time the Educational Media Center in charge. Then after that, the Vertical Section Librarian for 10 years. I worked at NDNU for 13 years.
Oh, you worked for a university for 13 years.
After that, I was told by the division supervisor that the library hub is in need of a librarian. So yung time na yon, I was really undecided to transfer at the DepEd because I believe the structure and the system of the DepEd is extremely opposite compared sa Notre Dame or sa private schools. But because of my passion and my advocacy, I really want to change the concept of librarianship in the DepEd. For me, it was a challenge. So I grabbed the opportunity. In 2009, I applied sa Library Hub, and luckily natanggap din ako. It was really a good start sa aking profession as a librarian.
So thank you very much, Vin. Briefly lang, si Arvin was a colleague of mine at the Notre Dame of Marvel University for a short time. I know him for his passion for developing leaders among children and his advocacy towards public school librarianship. Actually, Arvin has headed the Books and Information Technology Society, parang book lovers club siya at NDMU, which won the Tayo Award sometime in the early 2000s, 2005. So now Arvin has moved after 13 years to a public school system which is very different from the environment he used to know for 13 years. There must be something about public librarianship that has compelled or inspired you to move here, Vin.
Yes.
Kasi 13 years in a university, you will trade it for a public school system. So you said kanina, it's an advocacy for reading and advocacy for public school libraries. So as head of the Koronadal City Division Library Hub, how do you translate this passion of yours ngayon that you are in the public library system, public school library system?
Yes, the 13 years in a private school was really a good start kasi mas marami kang natutunan at malamang mas may mga adept ka sa mga technology, sa experience. It contributed a lot. Especially na I handle the Book Lovers Club, or what they call that, the Books and Information Technology Society. Through that, parang na-realize ko na hindi lang pala yung mga estudyante ang dapat tutukan natin ng pansin na nasa kolehiyo, but rather it will translate it to other group of learners, especially the public sector, na kung saan bihira na sila makaranas ng ganong kaganda ng pagbabasa or the value of reading, the love for books, especially children nowadays na hindi na talaga nakatutok sa pagbabasa but rather na-focus na sa ibang sa technology especially. So dito sa Koronadal City Division, we try to make a program na talagang makakapagbigay ng makaka-uplift ng kanilang spirit to love reading books, especially yung mga kabata sa mga panahon ngayon na mga bata na pumapasok sa library hub namin, yung mga talagang indigent children yung mga walang alam, yung mga magulang na makapag-contribute sa kanila, kasi nakafocus na sila more on sa teacher. I mean, dependent sila sa teacher. But with this activity that we have, meron kaming tinatawag na walk-in reading time nila, that they can visit our library and browse the materials that we have within the particular time. Then magkakaroon sila ng interest sa pagbabasa. And that is that a kind of a program na meron kami sa division na kinikater namin yung mga public school children.
So ibig sabihin din, kasi I know for a fact that the library hub concept is a warehouse type of library, meaning you stock books in the library hub, but these books are to be loaned out to other schools on a
basically
3-week, 4-week basis. Pero you were saying previously kanina, you were saying na you have walk-in, actually you have walk-in readers in the library hub.
Yes.
Hindi ba siya nag-veer away doon sa original concept, which is just a warehouse or hub for books to be distributed? Hindi ba siya, ito bang pagkakaroon ng programa na meron tayong walk-in readers, actually is a good initiative dahil you are hitting two birds at the same time. Hindi ba siya nagkaroon ng challenge sa pagtanggap, lalo na sa DepEd na nag-conceptualize ng library hub?
Actually,
the first place.
The concept of library hub is, yes, as you have mentioned, a warehouse of books and reading materials. But according to our research, we conducted research sa ibang schools, a suggestion kung ano ang mas magandang magiging ikabubuti ng library hub. Some principals that mentioned na why not bring it to the public, pero be sure na yung mga materials hindi siya, of course you're going to secure the materials na hindi siya mawala, because it's the responsibility of the library hub personnel to monitor and secure the materials. Yes, originally yung talagang focus ng library hub is to bring books to the schools. Pero yung tinitingnan naman namin, yung mga teachers sa malalayong schools, hindi nila madadala yung mga libro. They cannot bring the books sa malalayo. It's not because hindi, siguro may mga factors, maraming factors. Dito sa amin, we open this kasi ang sistema is once the in-charge na naghihiram ng mga libro, may schedule kasi sila sa school na kung kailan na siya pwede mahiram. That during lunch break, ay nagka-close yung library nila. So we decided to bring this to a better tawag nito, parang time na conducive din sa mga learners natin. The specific time, mga 11 to 1 o'clock, free time nila, instead of going out, maglalaro or
ilalayo mo talaga sila sa mas, you are putting them in a more learning, conducive environment, instead of them mamasyal yung mga bata, pumunta somewhere else, pumunta sa internet cafe. So, Vin, yung concept ng library hub, Koronadal City Division is, masasabi ba nating pioneering concept ba to? Is it a concept na yung pagkakaroon ng pagbubukas ng library hub, not only as a hub, but also as a semi-public library? Is it a concept that is confined at the moment sa Soxargen, dito lang sa atin, sa Koronadal City? Yung iba bang ating hubs sa Koronadal, sa Soxargen area ay masasabi mo bang meron din ganitong klase?
Parang kasi ang focus talaga ng library hub is only a warehouse. Dito naman sa amin, we make this as one of our services, kasi nga ang tendency naman kasi pag ang libro hindi naman nahihiram ng mga schools, parang sayang din yung mga resources na nakastock lang sa library. So, ang concept na to, parang I don't know if other library hubs still do the same thing, pero dito sa amin, hindi naman kami it's not, actually, hindi naman natin dinadivert yung focus ng Library Hub, but instead, we support the program of the Library Hub, only that we allocate a portion of our time, kasi ito, voluntary service na namin to, lunch break, dapat naka-close na kami, but it's really our move and our advocacy that instead of looking the children playing outside or doing nothing, why not invite them to visit the Library Hub, and more children coming out in our Library Hub, the more pa na nakaka-promote kami ng Library Hub.
Kasi by word of mouth,
yes,
na you are promoting. So, actually, hindi lang pala two birds at the same time. You are opening, you are functioning as a hub as it was originally conceptualized. You are providing a learning space for the children, and then you are actually taking them away from other unimportant concerns like playing somewhere else. So magandang initiative ito ng Koronadal City Schools Division Library Hub. Ang tanong ko ngayon naman is, supportive ba naman ang ating local division DepEd sa ganitong konsepto, yung ating pagkakaroon ng walk-in readers inside the hub?
Actually, ang lahat ng activities kasi, before we implement this, we submit a proposal or a request sa division superintendent, and supportive naman sila. Actually, ang division in charge talaga, yung library hub coordinator, is pro-library din siya. Yung superintendent namin is pro-library. So, yung mga activities namin, tsaka yung mga plans for the good of the library hub, talagang sinusupport nila. Likewise, ang LGU is doing its part na talagang nagkakaroon ng linkages, networking between the LGU and the DepEd. And based on my stay here for almost 3 years, talagang nagkaroon ng kulay, kumbaga, ang library hub dito. The LGU provided us with books and with shelves and chairs, tables. At the same time, nag-provide din sila ng mga support during our activities like seminars, may mga trainings kami, may mga activities kami related sa library week or library month. Talagang sinusupport nila, and yun ang talagang pagbigay din ng inspirasyon and encouragement that we are going to make our part sa ganitong activities to promote the linkages and the library hub itself.
Okay, so very interesting talaga actually yung ginawa mo for the division library hub. Something worth writing about, worth replicating by other library hubs. So you are not actually only functioning as a library hub librarian, functioning as was originally mandated to you, yung itong manage to hub as warehouse, delivering books, distributing books to schools. Pero you are also surfacing, actually mainstreaming the public school libraries. So you are promoting reading to children, and you are actually also promoting libraries.
Yes.
So malaking bagay ito sa usapin ng public librarianship, because we know for a fact in the Philippines na wala talaga tayong school libraries.
Yes.
Wala talaga, especially among our public schools, we have very few school libraries. Ngayon, ang tanong ko naman is related to that. How do you see the hub, the library hub, supporting the advocacy, advocacy for reading kasi you have walk-in readers and you have very good programs. You have, sabi mo, may teacher trainings kayo, meron tayong mga book support activities for the book lovers, for the book month. And then now, how do you see naman the role of the hub in terms of promoting public school librarianship naman?
Yes, that's right. Actually, isang talagang tinitingnan ko na aspect why I prefer to move here in the DepEd, it's because I want to make something, a change that me alone, myself cannot do it, but with the support of higher authorities or anybody, you can make a good structure para magkaroon ng librarian sa public schools is a big thing na i-consider dapat. Kasi nga, yung focus or ang concept ng DepEd is costly yung magkaroon ng libraries. The fact that the DepEd is doing something for the learners like reading advocacy and the lot, pero hindi talaga matutukan pag sinabi lang natin the teacher can handle that. It's something different na mayroong in charge talaga, tsaka yung may library, and the in charge will be the librarian, a professional librarian, a trained librarian who will do the task of motivating students to learn, to read, not only dependent sa reading teacher. Kaya nga ang public school dito sa division, hindi siya talaga tutok sa library kasi yung nilalagay na in charge ay mga teacher librarian. Full-time sila as teacher, may mga load sila, so they cannot work as librarian kasi focus talaga nila is sa teaching. So, pero pag magkaroon na ng item dapat sa public school na talagang librarian can handle, the professional librarian can handle that, the more na magkakaroon ng magandang effect sa system natin sa education. If we compare this public tsaka private, mas pat natin yung difference. Yung talaga ang private school have their own libraries.
They have librarians.
They have librarians, a licensed librarian. Tapos, mayroon silang mga resources na talagang makakasupport. The DepEd has the resources. Meron tayong library hub. The problem is, wala tayong professional librarian to work it, to handle the library resources, na talagang magkakaroon ng magandang sistema na makapagbibigay ng encouragement, ng talagang passion to make library and reading a part of life.
So, we are actually looking, ikaw pala, the city division, the division library hub, is looking at yung ito library hub as eventually, ito yung magiging parang, ito yung magiging reason why there will be future libraries.
Yes.
School libraries in the public schools.
Definitely.
So, parang doon ang ating track. Hindi naman natin sinasabing porket may library hub na, ay wala nang kami na tayo magkakaroon ng libraries sa ating mga public elementary schools. So, basically, at the moment, we given the limitations in funds and resources, ito muna ang ating gagawin.
Yes.
But through the library hub, we hope to have more school libraries in the future. Kasi parang with the library hub, we are creating more awareness on reading, more awareness on libraries and the function of public school libraries. So we see the hub actually as doing something eventually, not now, maybe in the future, for the proliferation of the public school library system.
Yes.
So malaking bagay sa public libraries system na magkaroon ng school libraries. If the library hub can function, if other library hubs can function, the way the Koronadal City Division library hub functions, talagang magandang example ito. Sana even among muna Soc Sargent library hubs ma-replicate ang mga ganitong initiatives. So, thank you very much for the time being. I hope that through this short talk of ours, we will be able to raise more awareness on the role of the library hub in promoting reading, in promoting public school libraries, and in promoting our library advocacy. So, congratulations in advance. We hope that we will have more of librarians like you manning the library hubs of Soc Sargent.
Well, that's really our plan to make a library hub parang popular not only in the division but in the nation building. Like ang ginagawa ng library hub is to really support the educational system of the DepEd.
Sana one day I will see you, kasi may nakita ako, so I will see you in the success story sa library hub. One of library hub's success stories.